We've reached the end of the regular season, and it's a rematch from way back in Week 2. Washington can sweep New York for the first time since 2011. It's the football team and the Giants. Next.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington football team. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. And I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the bearded one in his 17th season in the NFL, the well-traveled Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
You say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And not much to speak.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. Still 9 remaining on second down. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Coverage downfield, equally good.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Fitzpatrick. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot.
Entering play call, gun plan. There are formation. There are 7. Gun plan. Coach suggestion, straight rush.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return.
R2 button.
It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP type.
Entering play call, coach suggests slants.
And touchdown.
AHP power O. Gun plan. There are 9 categories. Throw it medium is selected. Player. There are dash down, sack and Barkley. AHP dive. R2 button.
Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3.
Entering play call, Saquon Barkley. You have 86. Player, error, unplanned. There are 9 categories. Throw it medium is selected.
High-powered. You
Throw it medium. Upon back and go. Then
because to me that's the
corner stops.
20-point
Spot.
score. Give yourself a big
WR drive.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Cross button. Cross button. Circle button. R1 button. R1 button. R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
Get away forever, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback.
Entering play call, throw, gun plan. There are no player. There are formation. Concept, screen pass, play action, keep pass, media, keep pass, gun, boot slide, Regoni scissors, X-Factor.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Cross button,
Back to
R1 button,
Watson.
cross button.
Nearly an opening drive.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing
Gun
league.
plan. There are 7 categories. Defense short pass is selected.
To the playoffs and go to the
Defense short pass, spread.
And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run.
Entering play call, defense short pass. You have 24 options. Cover 1 robber is selected.
Last week in the win over.
Cover 1 hole.
What I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Entering play call, defense short pass. You have 24 options. Cover 1 robber is selected. Cover 1 hole. Cover 1 hole.
The way that
And double bus.
is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations.
Entering play call, defense short pass. You have 24 options. Cover 1 robber is selected.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Entering play call, defense short pass. You have 24 options. Cover 1 robber is selected.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Fitzpatrick. Pass incomplete.
Entering play call, defense short pass. You have 24 options. Cover 1 rock. On plan, there are coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Well, but you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Now, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Meanwhile, on
entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They had good starting field
base lock left, safe man right, base lock left.
Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Hopkins' kick is good, and it's 3-0 Washington. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But the
entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
R2 button.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now
entering play call, mesh spot,
move the ball, at least
inside zone.
Offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 20.
Entering play call, coach suggestion, Mesh HD corner.
On paper, at least
inside zone.
For them upcoming, they're unbeaten on the
Mesh HD corner.
Coming up after this, so I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead. Make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness.
Entering play, puck power O, AHD toss, Y stick, inside zone.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Cross button.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there.
Entering play call, stick, inside zone.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Triangle button, R1 button, R1 button, circle button.
Open receiver, that's Caden Smith, the tight end. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Entering play call, bench.
And look at the size of these players now.
On plan, there are 9 cap formation, special, Hail Mary, goal, gun, strong, I form, AH pro, inside zone.
Get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 2nd down.
R2 button. Entering play call, H Pro. There are 3 categories. You have 12 options. Inside zone is select. Puck power O. 94 will.
Special ones.
Curls.
That type of an
AHP toss.
He's locked in and wants
Curls.
to get it done a 2nd time.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Saquon.
R2 button.
decent run there following the display of quick feet.
Entering play call, H-Pro, formation, carrot, strong.
The stop.
KFD flat, KHD dive, KFD flat.
With a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep here in MetLife Stadium. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A hand up. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about.
Entering play call, H slot carrier 2, formation, carrier, gun,
3.
strong,
From experience,
H slot carrier, flanker dig,
you're now doing
KHD dive,
defense.
KFD flat.
Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try to run Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Entering play call, coach gun plan, player, there, formation, concept, medium, quick opt, run, screen, play action, do, toggle comeback.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They will indeed snap it.
Cross button, RT button.
Get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth.
Entering play call, do, there are 2 categories. They have 6 options, agile, concept, error, screen pass, run, option, run, inside 24 zone open.
A little play action. Oftentimes you find people open for what you need, and that's exactly what they got done there.
A first down.
Button.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes.
Entering play call, inside zone,
Down there,
inside zone. AHD zone W, AHD inside zone, AHD / FK and guard.
Nimble and quick, more than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Here's a give to Barkley.
R2 button.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed.
Entering play call, inside zone, there are 24 zone open, close zone STRG. AHD blunt dive, close zone STRG.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Come on,
R2 button.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Entering play call, inside zone, there are 12 categories. You have 36 options. HD slash is selected. Concept, play type, there are 9. Personnel, there are favorites, there are recent play, coach suggestion, gun plan, there are player, there are Deshaun Watson, Saquon Bark, AHB dive, AHB zone WK.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Barkley.
R2 button.
Good move.
R2 button.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Entering play call, Saquon Barkley, you have 26 mesh. Pass print HB flat, AHB inside zone.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now it's Watson. A boot.
Triangle button. R2 button.
Giants. Saquon Barkley from a yard out. And the Giants have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt is selected.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it was polished.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. And that one drops down, incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year. And we also saw Week 18.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Number 11. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. Fitzpatrick. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A huge play there for Washington. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And you'd think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The next-gen stats. Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Fitzpatrick to throw it. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be brought down here at the...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
It's a 2nd down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson His 21st touchdown of the season. And Washington has retaken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
R2 button.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
Entering play call, on plan. There are 9 option is set. Option is set. Coach suggestion. On plan. There are 9 player. Dash out. Saquon Barkley. HP dive. Mesh. Sprint HP flat.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior.
Triangle button.
Right, offensive lineman.
Button. Button.
Keep the football moving downfield. Other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be...
Entering play call. Player. There are formation. There are not concept. Screen. Play action. Do. Pop Giants do. Pop come back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's...
R1 button.
This one goes
R2 button.
for Barkley.
R2 button.
Bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Entering play call. Do. Concept. There. Keep pass. Keep pass. Come back. Combo LT. Slot seam. Salem XD. Angle smash.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
R1 button. Triangle button. Cross button.
And open, that's Calvin Ridley. 7 yards.
Entering play call. Concept. There. Play tight. There. Option. RTO. Special. Pass. Run. Inside. AHB dive. AHB smash. 26-0. 26-0. 24 zone open. Empty and AHB plunge.
Without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango.
Cross button.
On 2nd
R2 button.
Barkley. And he stopped immediately there.
Entering play call. Inside handoff. Play hike. There. Option. RPO. Special. Pass. Coach suggestions. On plan. Player. There. Formation. Concept. Medium. Quick. Option. Run. Screen. Play action. Do. Pogger come back.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Off of play action, it's
Triangle button. Cross button.
by the tight end Freiermuth. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Entering play call. Concept. There. Keep pass. Medium. Quick pass. Option. Run. Inside zone. There. 24 zone. AHB inside zone.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium.
Entering play call inside zone. There are 12 categories. You have 36 options. HB slash is selected.
Now it's
R2 button.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very...
Entering play call inside. Concept. Screen pass. Play action. Keep pass. Medium pass. Keep pass. Con. Poggers. Regionis. X-Factor. Regionis scissors.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Circle button. R1 button. Circle button. Cross button.
This one caught by Ridley. And he is out of bounds.
Entering play call.
15.
Pocket slide. Concept. Play action pass. Screen pass. Run. Inside. AHB zone WK.
Nice throw there.
Concept. There. Option. Run.
Response.
Option is set. Option is. Option. Run. Option is set. Screen pass. Run. AHB zone WK.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley.
R2 button.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. And that is Allen. Still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Entering. Call. Games. Coaching. Pop-up. Medical center is selected. Entering. Injury report screen. Player name Memmingramaya. Player name D. Shelton. Position GT. Injury type dislocated hip. Injury length 1 week. Injury length 2 weeks. Injury type abdominal tear. Position rolled. Player name Memmingramaya. Player name El Toilolo. Entering franchise screen, you have 7 up. Entering play 24 zone. AHP inside zone.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. This is Barkley.
R2 button.
Get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Entering play call inside zone. There. Concept. Option. Quick pass. Medium. Keep pass. Formation. Error. I form.
No way I can...
AH wing. AHB power O.
Scored there?
Pass
Of
pot.
course you're going to give it to him.
AHB stretch alert looky.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll fake the handoff.
Circle button. R2 button.
Throw here, that's complete. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Entering play call. Puck counter shot. Zone weak. AHB toss. Power alert X slant. AHB power O.
Barkley.
R2 button.
Take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Add attempt is selected.
And that makes it 14-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Wow, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. A handoff for Gibson. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll run with Gibson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Let's go. Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And to the 42.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Yards, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Fitzpatrick. And that nearly a turnover.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? Looking to throw. Fitzpatrick. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose.
Entering play call, coach punt plan. There are 9 categories. Throw it medium. Player. There are dash out. Saquon Barkley. Auction is. Dash out. Saquon Barkley. AHB dive. Mesh. AHB belly weak.
Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
Circle button.
I would think
Triangle button.
because if they
Triangle button.
enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up and
Entering play call. 26U. Mesh.
confident about what
Osprey HD flat.
continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw once more on second.
Triangle button.
Watson. He'll get this out to
R2 button. R2 button.
Full fake. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Entering play call, sack, player, there are not, formation, there are, I form, strong, gun, strap, I form, AH tight, there are, pop power O, AHP ISO. Cross button.
So that'll back him up 5.
We got this.
Entering plate, PA FD slot, AHP power O, PA power O, AHP ISO, goal line fade, AHP ISO.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the
button.
they go with Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Entering play call, formation, their concept, screen, play action, keep pass. Con, boot slide, Regoni scissors.
2nd and 16.
Cross button. Circle button. R1 button. Cross button. Cross button.
Get rid of this thing. To no.
Entering play call, compact, boot slide, Regoni scissors, concept, medium pass, option, run, green pass, play action, do, Giants boot.
And they are coming.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. To throw is Watson.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Cross button.
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, gun plan, there, player, there are, formation, concept, keep path, medium, quick path, opt, run, screen, play action, do, pop Giants boot, boot comeback.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Cross button.
Are going for
triangle button. R1 button. R1 button. Triangle button. Cross button.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
It's on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Fitzpatrick now. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. If you're going to run against this unit, especially...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know we saw the pass and the completion and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it. Because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return.
R2 button.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect.
Entering play call, Babu comeback, Fared, sprint HB, concept, screen pass, run, inside HB zone WK.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. They begin with a run by Barkley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Entering play call, inside zone, there 24 zone, close zone STR, AHB blunt dive, close zone STRG.
A significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Focus, defense,
Running again with
R2 button.
down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 20.
Entering play call, inside zone, 24 zone, close zone ST, KHB/FK and yard.
Because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. So we got man.
On 3rd down.
R2 button.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long.
Entering play, 24 zone, AHB inside zone.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
57, Mike 57. Watch the slant.
Cross button.
On the run, it's
R2 button.
able to slither by. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Entering play call, inside concept, there are play option.
Pretty good about it.
Personnel, there are favorites, there recent, coach, gun plan, player, there formation, concept, screen, play action. Babu comeback.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
52 to Mike, boy, 52.
Watson off play action.
Cross button. Cross button.
He completes it to Ridley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop
entering play call, play call, concept, screen pass, play action, deep pass, immediate, quick pass, option, run, ins, 24 zone, AHD smash, AHD zone WK.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Cross button.
Now a handoff here to his running
button.
Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 40.
Entering play call inside 24 zone, close zone STRG.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Entering play call 24 AHD inside zone, AHD/FK and ARD.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Entering play call, concept, screen pass, play action, Pumper come back, Giants do.
But I always think
come back.
Favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look,
R1 button.
As many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry
triangle button.
So make sure you get in shape.
Square button.
And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter, and he's been really quiet.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. A 1st down throw for Fitzpatrick. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before.
Entering play call, 2, 4, 5. There are 4 categories. You have 33 options. Temperature is selected.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Fitzpatrick. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Here's Tressway now, as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is a 41-yard punt, 9.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 9, plan, there are player, there are 9 cat, formation, there are concept, keep pass, media, quick pass, opt, run, screen, play act, do, pod Giants do, pod will come back.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Faking the give. Now
triangle button. Cross button.
And that is caught. It's Ridley. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver?
Entering play call, do. There are 2 categories. You have 6 options. Top Giants do is selected.
Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A final shot before the break.
Circle button.
Gets this out to Barkley. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin with an always physical one in the NFC East. Heated rivals, Dallas and Philadelphia, at it again. And that one, a 1-point game at halftime. 16-15 is the score. Ezekiel Elliott, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Giants, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both
entering
teams
run out, throw it, throw it me, throw it
and to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium.
Defend short, defend medium pass. Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, return left is selected.
Quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Pettis now on the return.
R2 button.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter.
Entering play call. Concept, formation, there are concept, play type, there are 9 categories. Personnel, favorites, recent play, coach, gun plan, there, throw it, pa experts cross.
First and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
R1 button, R1 button, cross button, circle button.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Entering play call, pa experts cross, pa flood, T attack, Giants vertical.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again
cross
here.
Button.
2nd and 15.
R1 button. Square button. Triangle button.
To Barkley.
R2 button.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Entering play call. Punt land. Player. There are 9 cap. Dash down what? Sack bar. Auction is set. Auction is set. Formation. Player. There are dash down. Sack bar. Sack. AHB dive. Mesh. Sprint HB flat.
Better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. We gotta get the ball.
Now it's Watson.
Triangle button.
This one goes out wide.
R2 button.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Entering player, error, formation, special, Hail Mary, goal line, Hail Mary, you have 3 options, goal post, Hail Mary, goal, shot save block, goal, Hail Mary. Cross button, triangle button, cross button.
One deep over the middle.
Triangle button.
And it's nearly an interception.
Entering play call. Hail Mary. You have 3 options. Goalpost is selected.
So after the
triangle button.
First, now 2nd and 10.
Circle button. Cross button. Triangle button.
He's going to take another shot here.
Triangle button.
And he's unable to hold on.
Entering play call. Formation. Special team. Fail. Goal line. Gun. Strong. I4. Single. Special. Hail Mary. Goal line. Gun. Concept. Keep pass. Medium. Quick pass. Option. Run. Screen pass. Play action. Do. Pabu come back.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a play fake, and it's
cross button. R1 button.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board.
Entering play call.
To convert.
Concept. There. Play type. There. Pass. Special. RPO. Option. Run. 26. 26 duo. 24 zone open.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call. In play type, there are personnel, there are 9 favorites, there are recent play, coach punt plan, there are 9 CAD, player, there, dash out, sack and bark, sack, AHB zone WK.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Cross button.
They'll go to Barkley again. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Entering play call, sack and bark, 26 to AHB dive, AH misdirection WK, AHB inside zone, MTN counter, AHB inside zone.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Cross button.
Watson.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Circle button.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker.
Entering play call, coach Van Plan, player, there are formation, there are 9, special, hail, goal line, concept, keep, media, quick, opt, run, screen, play action, do, Pagu come back.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Cross button.
Indeed, snap it.
Triangle button.
Catch made.
Button.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside.
Entering play call, there are 2 cat, Pagu come back, concept, there are keep pass, medium, quick pass, option, run, in AHP zone WK, AHP inside zone, zone split WK.
Down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. They go back to the ground now with Barkley.
R2 button.
He can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 97 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Entering play call, in concept, there are 9, play type, there are option, RPO, special, pass, run, in AHP dive, 26 duo, AHP inside zone. Cross button.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Entering play call, 26 AHP dive, AHP inside zone.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Cross button.
A handoff to Barkley.
R2 button.
He will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, it's called a hat trick and people throw their hands.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Category selected.
Probably a fillet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum, fillet at maximum.
You can't give the guy skirt steaks and skirt
Fillet,
time. There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is up to 8.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
It's moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What could he and the gang come up with? Operating from the gun. Fitzpatrick, open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here comes return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there.
Entering play call, Giants slant.
Great start. This defense, they made some
plan. There are 9 player. There are 9. Deshaun Saquon Barkley. 26-0.
He was locked in, right?
AHB dive. 24 zone open.
Their confidence back.
AHB dive.
All sorts of trouble.
MTN counter STR. Counter Y.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
3 yards on the pickup there.
Entering play call, player, there are not formation, there are concept, there play type, there are personnel, there 1 RB bar 1 T bar 3 WR, tight YWA, AHB zone WK.
Again, it's Barkley.
R2 button.
Oh, he shifts past him. He finds him there. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 22. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is the quarterback, Allen. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Entering play call, AHB dive. Out and ups, stick switch, zone fake jet, bench switch, zone fake jet.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's
square button, square button, circle button. Triangle button.
Complete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be 2nd down. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up instead.
Entering play call. KHB zone WK. Flood. Out and up. Jet sweep. Flood. Out and up. KHB dive. Jet Y leap. KHB dive.
Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
On second down, here's Barkley. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third.
Entering play call. Tight Y off. Personnel. Figurates. There are recent play. Coach suggests. On plan. There are player. There are 9. Formation. There are 9. Special team. Tail. Goal. Gun. Strong. I form. AHB power O. Power O. 94. Bench. AHB toss. 95. Slants. AHB power O.
They'll fake the handoff.
R1 button.
That's it.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Giant, Landon Collins. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Now the Washington offense going back to work. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
To him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
9 yards. And that'll make it second and short. Here's Gibson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
League is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now Gibson. 42 yards on the ground for him.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
It's whatever you want to call it. 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Getting strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
They'll run with Gibson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I have to think that the wheels are really spinning in their play caller's mind now. That little setback there on first down. They'll have 3 more shots if that's what it takes, because they've got to take field goals out of their thought process. They need a touchdown and a conversion to tie this game. What play calls does he have on that sheet?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Throwing Fitzpatrick. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Leonard Williams able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Interested to see what they dial up here. Third and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Here's Fitzpatrick. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's fourth down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pettis now on the return.
R2 button.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know,
Entering play call. WFT slide. 95 goal line fade. Play call.
But let's go back
Formation, error, concept, option, run, screen pass, run, AHP zone WK.
Big thanks to the defense.
They'll start out on the ground.
R2 button.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 154 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its...
Entering play call. 24 close zone. AHP blunt dive. AHP slim.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Cross button.
Now Saquon Barkley.
R2 button.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Entering play call. 24 zone. Close zone. AHP/FK and yard.
Here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Cross cutting.
On second down, Barkley. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the...
Entering play. 24's AHP. Zone split WK. AHP zone WK.
The lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Cross cutting.
A first down.
Cutting.
Barkley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much.
Entering play call. 24 zone open. Concept. Option. Run. Screen. Play action. Do. Pagu. Giants do.
He's not much space.
Pagu come back.
Ultimately, he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Circle button.
52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Cross button.
Off play
R1 button. Square button.
He completes it to Ridley. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line.
Entering play call, concept, there are, play type, there are not, pass.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium.
Entering play, Pagu come back, Giants play call, concept, there are 9, play type, there are 9, pass, special, RPO, option, run, AHP dive, 26 duo, AHP inside zone.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's a give to
R2 button.
Strong running.
R2 button.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys.
Entering play call, inside handoff, there are 7, 26 duo, 26 duo, 26 duo.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Cross button.
They'll run with Barkley.
R1 button.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Entering play call, 26, AHP dive, zone split double, 0-1 trap, 26 duo, 0-1 trap. Cross button.
Barkley.
R2 button.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Giants look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier, now a trio of rushing touchdowns.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 9 categories, you have 15 options, that attempt is selected.
Leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen, but just say 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Gano the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Returnable for Dorsett. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side. This defense, they just continue to feast.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fitzpatrick, throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against them. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for them on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
That went into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Tressway now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25.
Button. Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. HBISO is selected.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now
Circle button. R1 button.
He dumps it off to Barkley. A good rally to the football.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. On plan, there are 9 categories. Throw a keep is selected. Coach suggestion. On plan, there are player. There are 9 formation. There are concept. There keep pass media. Watch run.
Because no matter
In
what you
24 zone. AHP inside zone.
got an answer for it.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now it's Barkley. Trucks over him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell you...
Entering play call, inside zone. There are 24 close zone STRG.
If you have the ball, they can't score.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Cross button.
This is Barkley. The safety Landon Collins there.
Entering play call, inside zone clear, concept, error, play height, error, not pass, special, RP, option, run, pass, run, inside, AHB dive.
Through 3 quarters, no reason to like
26-2, 24 zone open.
5 yards remain on second down. And he'll give it back. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the
entering play call, play type, error, personnel, error, favorites, error, recent, person, unplanned, player, error, not, formation, special, fail, goal, gun, strong, I-form, single, I-form, AHD power O.
Right now,
Texas, 94 bench, inside zone.
The Giants on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Cross cutting.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Entering play call, H, formation, error, strong, gun, strong, H, inside zone W, AHD dive, a post shot, AHD counter, curl flat, AHD counter.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Cross button,
Watson.
cross button, circle button, R2 button,
Dropping it off for
R2 button.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Entering play call, H slot, inside zone WK, formation, gun, strong, AHD counter, curl flat, a post shot, AHD dive, flanker dig, inside zone WK.
On first down, Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it.
Entering play call, H slot, error 2, formation, error, I-form, single jet, I-form, H, inside zone, passers, 26-2, curls, AHD toss, passers, inside zone, up power O, inside zone.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early.
Entering play, AHD slants, inside zone.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. They'll run it again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like
entering play, formation, concept, error, screen, play action, keep pass, play action, do, Giants do.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
47 Mike, 47.
To throw is Watson.
Triangle button. Square button.
Toward the sideline.
Button.
Keep the feet in. Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Well, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away.
Entering play call. Concept. Screen pass. Run.
Find a way to create
Inside. AHP zone WK.
This one will probably get away from them.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Entering play call. 24 zone. Close zone est. AHP/FK and yard.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Where's 52? 52. 52's the mark, boys. 52. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll go to Barkley again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Entering play call. 24 zone open. AHP inside zone.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive. 2 for 2. A handoff to Barkley. Runs over him. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly...
Entering play call. Coach,
really
plan. Player, there are formation, concept, screen, play action, do, Pabu come back.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th.
Cross button. Cross button.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Giants have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. We have 15 options. Add them to selected.
Look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Add them to selected.
Called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And that is off the left upright. It's no good.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Returnable for Dorsett. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now on 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The completion good for 6 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Fitzpatrick on 1st down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Everyone on offense not doing their job, but let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fitzpatrick. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? Back to throw. Fitzpatrick. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Enough, and it'll be 4th down. Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot. And he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. And yet again, it's McLaurin. A good display of footwork. It gets him.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Points and keep moving.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. New York ready to go again offensively. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now,
entering play call, PHP ISO.
Reason to use them at this point.
Button.
Down. Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Entering play call, coach suggest on plan. There are 9 formation, single, special, Hail Mary, concept, keep pass, media, quick pass, hop, run, screen, play action, do, Pabu come back.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And Watson's going to throw it.
Square button. Triangle button.
And that is caught. It's Ridley.
Button.
Way in. Touchdown, New York. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Add event is selected.
Going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now. Because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
It's too much to handle on the other side of this one. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
First down, Fitzpatrick. Hitting Samuel on the slant. And they're well past midfield.
Entering play call, 2, 3, 6, 7. There are 2 categories. You have 24 options. Cover too many selected.
Find Samuel for the completion. And he's taken down in.
Entering play call, 2, 3, 6, 7. There are 2 categories. You have 24 options. Cover too many selected.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the win.
Entering play call, on plan, player, error, formation, error, concept, error 9, play type, error, pass, special, RP, special, punt, Fick FG, Fick punt, Fick punt, Fick punt, Fick FG, Fick FG, field, Fick FG roll, Fick punt, punt. Played, option is, pass. Option, run. Jet sweep. Outside zone, outside, jet sweep.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back.
Entering play, inside zone, 26-0, Eugene Heel.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation.
Let's go.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9. Inside zone, AHD ISO, inside AHD, inside zone, 26, AHD power O. Recent plays, there, Pared, Eugene Heel.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Cross button.
Now, Watson.
Triangle button. Square button.
And he will find Ridley on the left side.
R2 button.
And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there on the catch and run.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have.
Entering play call, AHD ISO.
But poor time early in the play.
AHD zone WK.
Fact.
Cross button.
On first down.
R2 button.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants,
they make NFL history with this, their 17th win without a loss. A perfect 17-0 on the regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get
game report player stats.
Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Washington,
it will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.